And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday, happy thought-provoking Thursday. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Eric McKinley, and I am the Director of Program Development of National Business Builders. And this morning, I am here to share some information with you about Financial Literacy Month. We already know that April has been deemed Financial Literacy Month. However, we teach, share, and educate financial education and financial literacy every day of the month, every day of the year. So as you jump on, do me a favor, like it, share it, and tag someone. Drop your city and state. I'm doing the same right now. I'm dropping this to a couple of local groups so they can actually see this information. I'm excited to share it with you because I got some different content for you. Some things that's going to hopefully help you to get on the right track. Good morning, Miss Ladrika. Thanks for jumping on out of Clarksburg, Maryland. Thanks for jumping on. Like it and share it. Let somebody know we are sharing this information all the time. So once again, let me go ahead and let me see. Got to share a couple more places. And once more, let me see. I'll share that one to my news feed as well. And you need to understand something, right? Here's the thing. There's a lot of people talking about. I think it's I don't want to mess it up. Miss Nikisha Larry out of Chicago, Illinois. Thanks for jumping on. There's a lot of people that's gonna come to you and say, hey, listen, you can make a lot of money doing X, Y, and Z. Well, you know what? I believe before we position ourselves to make a lot of money, we should actually understand how finances and how money works. Because if we put more money into the hands of people, what ends up happening, and they don't know how to handle it, what ends up happening is we end up making more mistakes. We got Mr. Eugene Davis out of South Carolina. They said Boston Breed, South Carolina. Okay. And then we got Miss Lorraine Bradley out of Baton Rouge. Good morning, billionaire. Thanks for jumping on. So I'm not going to wait any longer. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to give you this information that I have for you. I'm excited. And just so you know, look on the bottom of the screen. We have an event coming up on Saturday, April 24th. It's a free event. It's a webinar. Okay, free event, and you have to register, okay, because seating is limited. So I recommend that you go ahead and select that. Also, at the end of the event, at the end of this presentation or delivery, you're going to actually see where you can actually go on our website and check out our events page. And on our events page, you'll be able to see what's all coming up. But all the events that are online pretty much are free. This is Financial Literacy Month. However, we do this all year long, y'all. So once again, if you're just jumping on, my name is Eric McKinley, and I am the Director of Program Development of National Business Builders. And I am now sharing my screen. So you should be able to see my screen. I'm super excited because I want to stay focused because there's a lot of stuff going on in the country. Okay, a lot of stuff going on in the country, especially local to South Carolina. But we need to remember why we're here and why we're doing what we're doing. So we want to stay focused. Okay, we want to stay focused. So now check this out. This is me. Okay, I'm one half of National Business Builders, and I want you to understand the importance of not just making money, but also keeping your money. But you see right here, it says, but remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives us the ability to produce wealth and confirms his covenant, which he swore to your ancestors as it is today. Deuteronomy 8:18. So a lot of people are out there showing you how you can actually make money. But I want to show you how to keep money and do it without even selling. You know, we have to sell something. I'm just going to tell you, you got to have a product and a service. But for most people, their product and their service deals with themselves and their time. So let's learn how to leverage that and put that back in your pocket, okay? So co-founders of the company, this is me and my wife, my lovely wife, Dorothy. Hadn't said it on Facebook Live, but she just had a birthday on April the 13th, so happy belated birthday to her. But here it is. We just celebrated 20 years of marriage, guys. Happy to be in the situation that I'm in. We got 3 beautiful grandchildren, 4 beautiful children. And my wife has a master's in business. But I'm going to tell you something a little bit about that. You know, a lot of people go to school, make good grades, and get a good job. But you need to understand that most degrees are not going to teach you how to keep your money. And in most instances, most degrees are going to teach you how to work for somebody. But we were introduced to some information, and from that, we were able to start building businesses. We start building businesses, and up right now, between me, my wife, and my son, we have about 7 businesses between us. Okay, about 7 businesses between us. We're co-authors. My wife is currently working on another project. I'm working on another project as well. But our gift and our craft is to teach and educate and to share with individuals how to build wealth. Because somebody dropped this in front of us and it made so much sense. Everybody has something that they can do. Everybody has a gift. So what I want to talk to you right now is about 5 strategies. 5 strategies. Instead of just selling, y'all, because I know society has shown us and has told us that we have to go out there and sell $1 million worth of products. We have to go out there and sell $2 million worth of products. But nobody in the industry is really teaching you how to keep your money. Nobody's really out there teaching people how to keep their money. There's lots of MLMs out there that are telling you how you can make a lot of money. And I have nothing against them because that's their product. There's lots of self-employed people out there who have ideas about making more money. There's lots of startups, business startups that are out there to make more money. But people are, for some reason, are not in the habit or the mindset of learning how to keep more of their money. That's where we come in. Like I said, lots of ways to earn money, lots of ways to earn income. Jobs, self-employment, businesses, investing. You can be a property, real estate person, whatever you want to do. But whichever way you choose to earn your money, you're going to have a proven strategy that's working with you, that's going to show you how to keep more of your money. See, one thing you got to remember in your lifetime, you will build something. You will build something. It depends on who you're going to build it for. You're going to build it for somebody else, or you're going to build it for yourself. And you're only going to be able to retire off of what you build for yourself. So let's talk about keeping more of your hard-earned money. I see we got Miss Lilith Lumpkins that just joined us from St. Louis, Missouri. Thanks for jumping on. Let's talk about how to keep more of your hard-earned money. In this picture, if you are a W-2 employee, that means if you have a job, okay? And this picture shows a picture of a W-4. So if you have a job, W-2, our company teaches individuals how to correctly fill that form W-4 out. You got to fill it out correctly. See, most individuals, most cases, it's going to allow them to increase their take-home pay. Now, I know the stories of old, don't keep that money. Let the government get that money first because we're afraid about owing the government. We're afraid of the IRS, but those are just old wives' tales. We are an education company, and what we want to do is we want to educate you on the advantages of keeping more of your money by filling it out correctly. There's a way to correctly fill it out, okay? Also, if you know someone who may be retired and they're getting a pension, this applies to them as well. So oftentimes people who are retired, they are on a fixed income and they have too much money coming out of their retirement. We can show you how to correct that as well, all right? So in most cases, what happens is W-2 earners see anywhere between an additional $100 to even $800 or more per month. I know when my wife was working a job, since then she's retired from corporate America, but when she was working a job and she's used this first strategy, she actually brought back home over $1,100 back into our household. Once again, over $1,100 back into our household. And that money actually set us up to be able to even be on this call right now, because the more money you have coming into your household, the more time you can free up in your life. So let's talk about 1-A, because this is more important to me than anything right now, because there's a lot of people out there who do not have an emergency fund. An emergency fund. Now, I got to say this, and it may step on some toes. That's not my intention. However, think about it. The average single person who kept their job, didn't lose any income over the last 12 months, the average single person who qualified got a possible $3,200 in stimulus money. And a lot of people still don't have an emergency fund. See, the difference between an emergency and an inconvenience is having the money to pay to repair something or replace something. Now, you got to think about it. Nobody wants to fund an emergency, but I would rather have the money and not need it than to need the money and not have it. So it's all about being educated and learning how to redirect your money so it can work for you. It's extremely important to have at least 6 to 12 months of an emergency fund in case anything unforeseen happens, like loss of job, loss of income. You saw what happened. People were losing their jobs during this pandemic. People were losing their jobs during this time that they had no other income to fall back on. They were single income households, or they had one source of income that was coming in, and that was devastating for them. So what we want to do is we want to educate you on how to properly create that so you don't have to worry about that anymore. So the second strategy that I want to talk to you about is legally lowering your taxes. And we're going to talk about lowering those taxes big time. So in these pictures you see, and I'm going to explain what this is, but in these pictures you're going to see why it's important to lower your taxes, because what we want to do is we want to make sure you understand the importance of becoming a home-based business owner. Once again, a home-based business owner. Now, why would you want to do that? Because there's hundreds of legal tax deductions that are available for home-based business owners. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there doing side hustles. They're getting paid under the table. They're doing these things. But we want to make sure you understand the importance of doing it the correct way. So we're going to introduce you to an audit-proof record-keeping software, and that's the pictures that you see. One example over here is you see where it says advertising. Okay, advertising for a business, advertising is tax deductible. Now, everything in a business is not 100% tax deductible. It may be a percentage, but it's still tax deductible. So you see where in this example, there were some flyers that were made, and because this person had access to a home-based business and they were working their business with the intent to make a profit, then they can legally, morally, and ethically write that off. Using this audit-proof software that I'm going to provide for you, okay, I'm going to give you access to, you'll have access to do that. And then at the bottom, you see where you're able to also write off business miles. So think about it. Having access to audit-proof record-keeping software that's going to allow us to properly record and ultimately write off some of the things that we're going to pay for anyway. I know everybody this day and age has a cell phone. They got vehicle expenses, meals, travel. And you know, a lot of people like to give their kids allowances, but we're going to show you how it's possible to hire your child instead of giving them allowance. And then by hiring your child, you'll be in a position to write off their wages, So these are just strategies. So now, moving on to strategy number 3. And you haven't sold anything yet, ladies and gentlemen, because there's a lot of people out there who have a problem with selling. That's why I want to make this clear. Okay, want to make that clear. So now, repairing, building, and maintaining credit. This is going to put some money back into your pocket. There's 68 million people out there who have poor credit, and I'm just going to put it out there. There's really 3 reasons why people have poor credit. Really 3 reasons. They either have a low-paying job, they may have lost some income, or guess what? They're not financially educated. That means that they're losing hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest. They're losing their money to interest and to debt over a lifetime. Now, if you look at this credit score for a long time, and this is my credit report, for my credit score, as of April 9th, it was updated. For a long time, my credit score was in the 500s. And then for a long time, it was in the 600s. And I thought I was good when I was in the 600s, but I wasn't. And there were some things that I didn't know about my credit. See, just because you're able to get something financed, that doesn't mean that you're not going to have to pay a high interest rate. And here are some things that we're going to talk about as we help you to get on the right road to a better credit health. Just some factors, some things that people don't understand and don't even know how to address or attack. But those first 3 things that I'm talking to you about, these are the things that are going to help you to put yourself in a better financial situation. Think about it. Having more money, more cash flowing in is going to put you in a position to get yourself in a better situation. Okay. So let's talk about debt management and an elimination plan. Why did I say debt management instead of just debt elimination? Well, if you are in debt, if you know someone who's been in debt, oftentimes people have been in debt for so long, they don't have a handle on their debt. They don't have a handle on it. So we're going to have to be educated and be able to create a plan on how to attack and address that debt. And there's a strategy and a method behind the madness in everything that we do. See, debt is stressful. Debt is a curse. Debt robs us of our ability to build wealth. Debt to income ratio also plays a huge role in our credit health. See, most people who have a bad credit score, most of them have high debt as far as revolving debt, credit card debt. So if you can manage that debt and then begin to eliminate it, then your credit score is going to go up automatically anyway. The average person that's in debt is using approximately 25% of their income to pay that debt. And many people don't have an end in sight because what happens is we're paying the minimums. That's what we were taught. As long as we're paying our bills on time, we're in good standing. But imagine how much more money you would have if you didn't have any debt. Think about it. Now, I had to throw this in here because you want to expedite the ability to get out of debt and to build wealth even faster. So now we come to the idea of business income. We have progressive products that everyone needs. Everyone needs it. In our industry, we set the trend. Here's the deal, guys. Having the ability to offer this opportunity to people, financial education, so that they can improve their finances is a key, and it's the perfect business opportunity. It's the perfect business solution. Just think about it. We got trending products like travel. We got standalone credit repair that you can actually offer to people, the record keeping software, roadside assistance, and also we have identity theft protection. I want you to think about it. How many people do you know has had their identity compromised during the last 12 months? See, when the economy is in disarray, that's when the ideas come up and people are going to find a way to keep more money. But there's always an opportunity to make money. Whether you decide to share this opportunity, this membership with somebody, or if you decide to share some of the products, you have an opportunity to be in business and actually share this information and make more of your own money. Now, this is where we catch a lot of people wanting to get started at, and this is not the first step. It can't be. See, investment education is key to becoming a great investor, but you first must understand before you can invest, you have to understand the importance of having an emergency fund. Think about it. Where are you going to get the money from to invest? You want to lower your taxes. You want to lower your taxes and you want to start bringing that extra cash flow in. But if you've never spoken to a financial advisor or a financial planner, we're going to sit you down and put you in front of some information that's going to make sense to you. And we're going to ask you some questions. And that's what that picture depicts, talking about what your financial goals are, what you want to do with your money. Not what we want you to do, but what you want to do, because we want you to be successful. Like I said, most people have never spoken to a financial advisor or a planner. And when they start talking to them, they're talking over your head. We want to put you in a position to where you're educated so nobody can make you feel belittled. Nobody can make you feel like you don't understand what's going on. Remember, it's your money. What you do with it is your business. But don't you want to have the information so you can make the right decisions? Think about it. So here it is, guys. Once we learn the rules, the principles, the strategies to build generational wealth, it's going to become really easy. Okay. You first got to shift your mindset. You got to have the mindset to want to become a producer and not just want to consume. Once again, we have to want to become a producer and not just consume. So here's some questions for you. Are you happy with your current financial situation? I'm only talking to people who are not happy with the current financial situation. It means they want to improve it. Because if you're not happy and you're willing to do something about it, then I'm talking to you. Do you want to learn how to build generational wealth? I know it can be scary. It could be scary and stressful switching from one extreme to the other. There's no reason why you have to jump off of the bridge, but you want to make a smooth transition. And we do that by educating others. And the last question is, if you answer yes to all of the questions, are you willing to take the necessary steps to do so? That's the question, okay? So here's our information. Like I said, we are National Business Builders, LLP. We're located locally in Columbia, South Carolina. Locally in Columbia, South Carolina. Our website is www.nationalbb.net. Our email address, if you want to email us and ask us some questions, you can, or even set up an appointment. Our email address is build@nationalbb.net. And our business line is area code 803-848-0070. But I definitely encourage you to check the events page on our website, www.nationalbb.net/events, for our latest events that we have coming up. That's going to be really important, guys. It's going to be really important. So now that I have your attention, I got a couple of people jumped on. Mr. Ben, how you doing, man? Cisneros, and then Miss Tina Grimes jumped on. How y'all doing? Thanks for jumping on. I appreciate y'all. Check it out. This is what I want to share with y'all. I know society has a way. Society has a way of saying, hey, listen, you got to buy this. You got to sell that. You got to do all these things. That's good. That's great. But if you don't, doesn't matter what you do, if you don't learn how to keep more of your money, you're going to continually work for it. So you have to have a plan. Hiring the right financial planner, advisor, hiring the right professional tax preparer, hiring the right people for your corner on your team is going to make a huge difference. But you still got to have the education to be able to do that. You got to have the education to be able to do that. And if you don't know how to do that, this is where you get started. So once again, we have an event that's going on Saturday, April 24th. It's a free event. It's a webinar. It starts at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check our events page, guys. Make sure you actually RSVP for that event. The seating is limited, but I just wanted to share this information with you. I'm excited to see where this is going, and we're hopefully looking to help more and more people get on the right track financially, okay? On the right track financially. Once again, thank you everybody for jumping on. I appreciate it. My name is Eric McKinley. I am the Director of Program Development of National Business Builders. And like I always say, when you know better, that's when you have the ability to do better. And the only knowledge that's powerful is properly applied knowledge. You guys take care, and I'll see y'all at the top, because there's too many people struggling at the bottom.